If you're an entrepreneur or small business owner considering forming an LLC, this video is for you. An LLC or limited liability company is one of the most popular business structures, but a lot of people don't fully understand what it is and how it works. In this video, we're going to do a deep dive into LLCs topic, explaining what they are, the key benefits, some potential downsides, and who should consider forming one. We'll explore real examples and stories to make it very easy to understand. But before we get started, if you find value in this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We're putting out weekly content to help entrepreneurs like you build successful businesses. Have you ever wondered how businesses like your local restaurant or plumbing companies structured? Do you worry about your personal assets being at risk? If your business gets sued, or maybe you've heard the term LLC thrown around, but aren't quite sure what it means. Well, you've come to the right place to get answers to those burning questions. So let's start at the beginning. What exactly is an LLC? A limited liability company, or LLC, is a type of business structure that combines aspects of sole proprietorships, partnerships, and corporations. It allows business owners to maintain a level of flexibility, while also limiting their liability. With a sole proprietorship or general partnership, there is no legal separation between the owners and the business. However, an LLC creates a separate legal entity that protects the owner's personal assets, like their house, car, and personal bank accounts from business debts and liabilities. At the same time, LLCs avoid many of the more complex corporate formalities required for corporations, like holding annual meetings, recording meeting minutes, and having a board of directors. I hope you understand that. Let's talk about some of the LLC features. A separate legal entity from its owners. Owners have limited personal liability, less administration paperwork than corporations. Pass-through taxation, avoid double taxation. Can have single or multiple owners members. Flexible management structure. Let me give you a real-world example to illustrate. John is a successful freelance software developer. For years, he operated as a sole proprietor under his name, John. But after a client threatened to sue him over a coding issue, John realized his personal assets could be at risk if they won the lawsuit. So John formed an LLC called John's Coding Solutions LLC. If the client did actually sue the LLC, only the business assets within the LLC would be liable, not John's personal house, car, investments, etc. Forming the LLC gave John peace of mind, knowing his personal life was separated from his business life. So what are the key benefits that make LLCs so popular? Let's break down some of the biggest advantages. 1. Limited personal liability. As the name suggests, the main benefit of an LLC is that it limits the personal liability of the owners, called members. If the business is sued or goes into bankruptcy, the creditors can only go after the assets within the LLC, not the members' personal assets like houses or retirement accounts. This protects you as the owner from having to pay business debts with your own money or losing your personal possessions. It's a critical risk protection measure. 2. Pass-through taxation. Unlike corporations that are taxed twice at the corporate level and individual level, LLCs enjoy pass-through taxation. This means the LLC itself does not pay income taxes. Instead, the profits and losses pass through to the members' personal tax returns, avoiding double taxation. 3. Flexible structure and management. LLCs have a flexible management structure compared to corporations. There are no requirements for a board of directors or annual meetings. The LLC members can choose to be member-managed. All owners have an active role, or manager-managed. Hire managers to handle operations. 4. Credibility and perpetual existence. Having LLC at the end of your business name provides credibility and shows clients you are a legitimate business, not just operating as a sole proprietor. The LLC also has a perpetual existence, meaning it can exist indefinitely beyond the lifetime of its members. 5. Less administration. Compared to corporations, LLCs require less administrative paperwork and record keeping. There are no requirements to keep a record of meeting minutes or follow other corporate formalities that can be time-consuming. As great as LLCs are, there are a few potential downsides to be aware of. 1. Self-employment taxes. LLC members who actively work in the business have to pay self-employment taxes, Social Security and Medicare taxes on all profits received. For high earners, these can add up. 2. Transferable limitations. Transferring ownership in an LLC is more complex than a corporation. The operating agreement must be carefully drafted to allow for ownership changes. 3. Renewal fees and admin costs. While LLCs require less administration than corporations, there are still some fees and paperwork involved. All LLCs have to file annual reports and pay annual renewal fees. In the state, they were formed each year. 4. Limited lifespan in some states. In certain states, LLCs are formed with a limited lifespan, like 30 to 35 years, unless certain steps are taken to extend their life. Corporations generally have a perpetual existence with no defined lifespan. 5. Harder to raise capital. LLCs have a more difficult time raising capital from outside investors, compared to corporations that can issue public-private stock offerings. The management structure can be less appealing to investors. This one potential pitfall you need to know: let's say you form an LLC, but fail to keep your business finances fully separate from personal finances. This is called the Commingling of Assets. If you commingle funds, a court could potentially pierce the corporate veil and allow creditors to access your personal assets. So keeping separate accounts is crucial. I believe by now you fully understand everything about LLC. If you answer yes, so who should form an LLC? While LLCs have some downsides, they tend to be the best choice for most small businesses and startups, compared to sole proprietorships or corporations. LLCs offer great liability protection with much less administrative burden and complexity than a corporation. Here are some examples of businesses that could benefit greatly from forming an LLC. Freelancers, consultants, real estate investment companies, e-commerce or online businesses, restaurants, retailers, and service providers. Any business with potential liability risks. Essentially, if you have any personal assets you want to protect from potential business liabilities and lawsuits, an LLC could be a smart choice for your situation. If you're interested in forming an LLC for your business, I'll include some links in the description below to online LLC formation services that can get you started for a low fee. I highly recommend using a service to ensure everything is filed properly. And remember, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more helpful entrepreneurship and small business content. In conclusion, an LLC is a business structure that provides limited liability protection, along with tax and operational advantages compared to sole proprietorships and corporations. The simplicity, flexibility, and asset protection benefits make LLCs extremely popular for small businesses and startups across all industries. While there are some cons like self-employment taxes and administrative costs, the pros of an LLC tend to outweigh the cons for most small business situations, where personal asset protection is a priority. If you found value in this LLC Explained video, show some love by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave any other questions about LLCs in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.